NVIDIA to send 260,000 GPUs to Korea in massive national AI push. Roughly 50,000 GPUs will support public initiatives, including the National AI Computing Center and proprietary AI foundation models. NVIDIA and SK Group are building an AI factory with 50,000 plus GPUs, with the first phase completing by late 2027. NVIDIA and Samsung will also build an AI semiconductor factory powered by 50,000 plus GPUs. Meanwhile, Hyundai and NVIDIA will deploy 50,000 Blackwell GPUs to advance autonomous vehicles, smart factories and robotics. NVIDIA also signed an MOU with Korea's Ministry of Science and ICT to position the country as a leader in physical AI.
Deal gives U.S. access to China's rare earths, but for how long? China has paused its rare earth export curbs, but analysts say geopolitical relief is temporary. Fitch's BMI warned that breaking Beijing's stranglehold on rare earths will remain a long-term challenge, noting China controlled approximately 91% of global magnet rare earth refining capacity in 2024, per the IEA. While the U.S.-China deal currently ensures Western access to China's rare earth supply chain, the brokerage cautioned this access will depend on political temperature going forward. MRVL pops as Amazon says Trainium now a multi-billion-dollar business, up 150% quarter-over-quarter. On the earnings call, CEO Andy Jassy said, Trainium 2 continues to see strong adoption, is fully subscribed, is now a multi-billion-dollar business that grew 150% quarter-over-quarter. MRVL manufactures Amazon's Trainium processors. Trainium 3 will debut in late 2025, with ramp-up in 2026.
Oil demand to peak early 2030s as renewables take over. Clean energy shift will prevail. Rystad. Global electricity demand is on track to surge nearly 30% by 2035, driven by electrification, data center expansion, and heating-cooling needs, according to Rystad Energy. Despite the rapid growth of AI and data infrastructure, data centers will still account for only 3.5% of global power demand in 2035, up from 1.5% today. Rystad expects oil demand to peak in the early 2030s, with natural gas growth slowing and renewables supplying 55% of electricity by 2035, up from 34% now. Solar will play a dominant role, complemented by nuclear and fossil fuels. While some governments are rolling back green policies, Rystad says a global transition to cleaner sources of fuel will prevail.
D-Wave activates Advantage 2 quantum computer for U.S. defense. D-Wave Quantum and Davidson Technologies announced that D-Wave's Advantage 2 quantum computer is now operational to tackle government computational problems beyond the reach of classical computers. The system is installed at Davidson's Huntsville, Alabama headquarters, supporting U.S. Department of Defense and aerospace programs. It is expected to address mission-critical national defense needs and will eventually run sensitive applications. The system is accessible via D-Wave's LEAP real-time quantum cloud service and marks D-Wave's second US-based annealing system and the first in Alabama. Amazon and OpenAI strike $38 billion deal for massive NVIDIA GPU supply. Under a 7-year deal, OpenAI will gain access to Amazon Web Services for hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs and the option to expand to tens of millions of CPUs to rapidly scale its agentic workloads. AWS will provide OpenAI with its Amazon EC2 Ultra servers to support this massive computing demand.
8Co adds Coinbase to human verification pilot, Infinity. 8Co Holdings added Coinbase to its pilot program for Infinity Authentication, a platform designed to verify human identity in the AI era. Launched October 30th, Infinity enables single sign-on authentication that verifies humanness across distributed systems. The technology aims to defend against deepfakes, Sybil attacks, and other AI-driven threats, offering protection to platforms in financial services and other industries. Kraken joined the pilot at launch. BlackSky secures $30 million plus ISR deal to boost global defense intelligence. BlackSky Technology won a more than $30 million multi-year contract to integrate its Gen 3 high-cadence tactical ISR services into a strategic international defense customer's secure system. BlackSky noted that the very high resolution of Gen 3 supports AI-driven detection, identification, and classification of vehicles, aircraft, vessels, and other tactical targets.
Google teams with Planet Labs to bring TPU-powered AI to space by 2027. Google announced Project Suncatcher, its most ambitious effort yet to scale machine learning in space. The company said it is exploring how to harness the full power of the sun through a constellation of solar-powered satellites equipped with Google's TPU AI chips. In a preprint paper, Google shared its approach to satellite constellation design, control, and communication, along with early insights from radiation testing its TPUs. Google has partnered with Planet Labs to launch 2 prototype satellites by early 2027 to test its hardware in orbit.
XPENG unveils robotaxis and humanoids powered by its own AI chips. XPENG announced a bold expansion into AI and robotics at its AI Day event, unveiling plans to launch robotaxis and a second-generation humanoid robot in 2026. The company introduced 3 robotaxi models powered by 4 in-house Turing AI chips, boasting a combined 3,000 TOPS of processing power, which XPENG claims is the highest in-car computing capacity worldwide. Robotaxi testing will begin next year in Guangzhou and other Chinese cities, supported by Alibaba's AutoNavi and AMAP apps. XPENG also showcased its second-generation iron humanoid robot, equipped with 3 Turing chips and a solid-state battery, with mass production slated for next year. These robots will initially serve as tour guides, sales assistants, and building concierges at XPENG sites. During a presentation on Wednesday, CEO He Xiaopeng said that he doesn't know how many robots XPENG will sell in the next 10 years, but it will be more than the number of cars.
Quantinuum's Helios breakthrough brings quantum computing closer to reality. The Wall Street Journal. The Helios system features 98 physical qubits and delivers 48 logical, error-corrected qubits, an impressive 2-to-1 ratio compared to other systems that need far more physical qubits for a single logical one. Helios is currently being tested by major companies like NVIDIA and JP Chase, and is available via cloud as a hardware-as-a-service offering. While experts believe fully error-free, commercially viable quantum computing is still 3 to 4 years away, Helios marks a major step toward that goal. Quantinuum aims to achieve it by 2029 with its next-generation system, Apollo, expected to feature thousands of qubits and deliver hundreds of logical qubits. Developers can already build quantum programs on Helios using GOOG, its open-source Python-based language, or NVIDIA's CUDA-Q platform. Industry experts view Quantinuum and IonQ as particularly interesting due to their trapped ion quantum computing approach, differing from the superconducting methods used by rivals like Google and IBM. NVIDIA CEO warns US could fall behind China in AI, blames US red tape. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang said he believes China will surpass the United States in the race to dominate artificial intelligence, citing its more favorable regulatory environment and lower energy costs, according to the Financial Times. Speaking at the FT Future of AI Summit, Huang criticized Western policies, calling them cynicism that hampers progress. He noted that China's data centers benefit from major energy subsidies, allowing tech giants such as ByteDance, Alibaba, and Tencent to advance AI more affordably. In contrast, Huang warned that the US risks falling behind due to 50 new regulations from individual states that could stifle innovation and competition in AI. Apple nears $1 billion deal with Google to supercharge Siri with Gemini AI. Under the arrangement, Google's model would support key features such as summarization and planning, forming the backbone of Siri's next generation. Apple sees the collaboration as a temporary bridge while it develops its own large-scale, cloud-based AI model. Internally, Apple's Siri overhaul is codenamed Glenwood, and the redesigned assistant, Linwood, is being developed under senior executives Craig Federighi and Mike Rockwell.
JOBY Aviation nears commercial flight as final FAA certification kicks off. JOBY Aviation is now in the crucial final stage of certification for its electric air taxi aircraft. The company has begun power-on testing for the first of several aircraft, conforming to the Federal Aviation Administration's type inspection authorization, the last major step before commercial operations. JOBY's own test pilots are expected to fly the aircraft this year, with FAA pilots following shortly after to evaluate safety and performance. Type inspection authorization is part of the fifth and final stage of the FAA's certification process for new aircraft. Once certified, JOBY's aircraft will be allowed to carry passengers commercially.
Google set to launch 7th-gen TPU Ironwood, taking aim at NVIDIA. Google plans to launch its 7th-generation tensor processing unit, Ironwood, in the coming weeks, intensifying its competition with NVIDIA. First unveiled in April for testing and deployment, Google said Ironwood is purpose-built for the most demanding workloads. Tesla to build its own AI chip factory, Cybercab production to begin in April. Elon Musk said Tesla may build a gigantic chip fabrication plant to meet its growing AI needs. One of the things I'm trying to figure out is, how do we make enough chips? Musk said during Tesla's annual shareholder meeting. Even when we extrapolate the best-case scenario for chip production from our suppliers, it's still not enough. He added that Tesla would likely need what Musk described as a Tesla terafab to reach its target chip volume. The proposed fab could start with 100,000 wafer starts per month and scale up to 1 million, compared to TSMC's 2024 capacity of about 1.4 million per month. Musk also announced that Tesla will begin production of its fully autonomous Cybercab, an EV with no pedals or steering wheel, in April.
JOBY Aviation to sell $250 million in EV tolls, source titanium and rare earths from Kazakhstan. JOBY Aviation signed a letter of intent to sell up to $250 million worth of electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft and related services to Alatau Advance Air Group, which aims to launch Kazakhstan's first air taxi service. The deal is supported by a memorandum of understanding with Kazakhstan's Ministry of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Development, which will assist with regulatory and infrastructure development for advanced air mobility. JOBY and its partners will also work on sourcing titanium and rare earth metals from Kazakhstan for aircraft production.